Period 1. Activity 1. Age. Culture. Develop. Feel like. Guitar. Pizza. Quite. Seem. Sound.
Word formation. Taste. Tasty.
Everyone at the table looks happy. The place looks like a restaurant. The Arab girl is looking at the girl next to her. The two girls seem to be friends. Listen and answer the questions.
Period 1. Activity 3. 1. Who are the people at the restaurant?
Tina and Mike, with the Kamal family.
2. What kind of restaurant is it?
It's an Arab.
3. Who is asking most of the questions?
Mike.
4. What could Mr. Kamal do when he was young?
He could play the oud.
Period 1. Activity 3 and Activity 4. Tina and Mike are having dinner with the Kamal family at an Arab restaurant.
This looks good. It looks like a pizza. But it isn't. It's fiha.
And here's the next thing. Kebabs. They smell delicious.
They taste delicious too. Everyone, please start.
Can you cook Arab food, Nadia? I can make things like kebabs, but I can't cook a big meal.
Listen, that drum music sounds great. Is it Arab?
Yes, that drum's a tabla. And now you can hear an oud.
That oud sounds like a guitar, Mr. Kamal. Is it?
Well, modern guitars developed from the oud long ago.
It's exciting music. I feel like dancing.
I'm not surprised. You see, it's a wedding dance.
You seem to know a lot about the oud, Mr. Kamal. Do you play it too?
I could play quite well at the age of 18, but not now. Work got busy, so I couldn't find time to play.
But Dad, you still play at parties, and you're the best.
It is a happy evening, and Mike and Tina are enjoying their first taste of Arab culture. Period 2. Activity 2. 1.
Is Fuad happy at his new school? He seems happy, but I'm not sure.
2.
When did writing first start to develop? It started about 5,000 years ago.
3.
When did you learn to play music? I first started playing the tabla at the age of 4.
4.
Have a cake. They taste very good. You're right. This is very tasty.
5.
I'm quite hungry, so may I have 3 kebabs, please? Well, I'm very hungry, so I'd like 5 kebabs, please.
6.
Is Palestinian culture very different from the way we do things in Britain? Yes, the food, the music, and many other things are all different.
7.
Listen, that traditional Spanish music sounds beautiful. Can you hear it? Yes, I can. And yes, I love that kind of guitar music too.
8.
What would you like to eat? Do you feel like having a burger, maybe? Thanks, but I'd love a pizza with lots of cheese and tomato and olives.
Read again and answer the questions. 1. Which two kinds of food are Tina and Mike learning about? Tfiha and kebabs. 2. What can Nadia do? What can't she do? She can cook kebabs, but she can't cook a big meal. 3. Why does Tina feel like dancing? Because the music is exciting. 4. Did Mr. Kamal play the tabla when he was young? No, he didn't. He played the oud. 5. How well could Mr. Kamal play the oud when he was 18? Quite. 6. Why did he stop playing very much when he got older? Because he couldn't find time to play. 7. When does he still play? He still plays at parties. 8. Does Sammy think his dad plays badly? No, he doesn't. He thinks his dad plays very well. 4. Work in groups of 5. Listen again and practice the conversation.
Period 2. Activity 2. 1.
Is Fuad happy at his new school? He seems happy, but I'm not sure.
2.
When did writing first start to develop? It started about 5,000 years ago.
3.
When did you learn to play music? I first started playing the tabla at the age of 4.
4.
Have a cake. They taste very good. You're right. This is very tasty.
5.
I'm quite hungry, so may I have 3 kebabs, please? Well, I'm very hungry, so I'd like 5 kebabs, please.
6.
Is Palestinian culture very different from the way we do things in Britain? Yes, the food, the music, and many other things are all different.
7.
Listen, that traditional Spanish music sounds beautiful. Can you hear it? Yes, I can. And yes, I love that kind of guitar music too.
8.
What would you like to eat? Do you feel like having a burger, maybe? Thanks, but I'd love a pizza with lots of cheese and tomato and olives.
EAD sentences 1 to 5. Use the verbs to label the picture. 1. This fiha looks good. 2. The kebabs smell delicious. 3. The kebabs taste delicious, too. 4. That drum music sounds great. 5. You seem to know about the oud. Look at the sentences again. Answer the questions. 1. Do they use the present simple? 2. What do these verbs express? Ways of feeling about things, understanding things. Choose 2 answers. 2. Write what these people are saying. Feel, look, seem, smell, sound, taste. A. They look beautiful. Beautiful. B. I feel hot. Hot. C. She looks sad. Sad. D. That smells delicious. Delicious. E. This tastes fantastic. Fantastic. FL sounds terrible. Terrible. 3. Read the sentences. 1. I can make kebabs, but I can't cook a big meal. Hani can't walk because his foot hurts him. When I was 10, I could read a long book. 2. I could play quite well when I was young. 3. Work got busy last week, so I couldn't find time to play. Look at the sentences. Add past or present. 1. Sentence 1 is in the present and uses cannot plus infinitive. 2. Sentences 2 and 3 are in the past and use could not plus infinitive. 4. Say what Ahmed could and couldn't do. A. When he was 2, he could walk but he could not. Now talk about yourself. When he was 2, he could walk but he couldn't run. When he was 6, he could write his name but he couldn't write.
Period 4. Activity 1. Classical. Folk song. Instrument. Poem. Rock music. The heart of. The 1950s. Used to.
Word formation. Feel. Feeling. Music. Musical. Musician. Sing. Singer. Song.
Period 4. Activity 2 and Activity 3. 1.
Is music important to Arab people? Very. It's at the heart of their culture.
2.
Do you know anything about classical Arab music? It grew out of ancient poems and the traditional music of different cultures.
3.
What's Tariq going to do when he leaves school? He loves music, so he wants to be a musician.
4.
How many instruments does he play? He plays the oud and tabla, and he's a good singer too. Great! Perhaps he'll sing some songs at my brother's wedding.
5.
I love listening to traditional folk songs. Me too. The old songs show how people used to live long ago.
6.
Can you learn to play a musical instrument at your school? Yes, I can. For example, I can learn the piano or the guitar.
7.
I love the poems of Mahmoud Darwish. Me too. His feelings of love for Palestine are very clear in his words.
8.
Tell me about rock music. It developed in America. Yes, it developed there in the 1950s. But young people quickly started playing the new kind of music round the world.
Period 4. Activity 4. Now, here we have pictures of two very great people in the world of Arab music. First, on the left, we have Kulthum, and she lived from 1904 to 1975. She was Egyptian, and she lived in Egypt all her life. She was the most famous singer in the Arab world, and millions of people still love and listen to her music today. Next, on the right, we have Farid Al-Atrash, and he lived from 1910 to 1974. His family moved to Egypt when he was a small boy, and so he got Egyptian nationality. Like Kulthum, he was very famous too, He was a famous singer, and he was also a famous oud player.
Walk in pairs. Look at the photos in Activity 2 and do this task. Remember what you noted about these people in Period 4. Say what you know about them. Read and mark the sentences true or false. X. 1. The writer thinks music is boring. False. 2. Folk music started a long way back in history. True. 3. Singers and singing are not very important in Arab music. False. 4. Arab musical instruments have not changed for thousands of years. False. 5. The oud is a very old and important instrument in Arab music. True. 6. The guitar developed in Europe before the Arab world had the oud. False. Walk in pairs. Neck your answers and correct the ties ones. Music. Music, music. A. Music is at the heart of life. We dance to music and music tells our feelings. B. It changes feelings. 2. It can make us sad and it can make us happy. It can make us quiet when we are angry. It can even make us feel better when we are sick. Music is amazing. C. It is ancient, too. Thousands of years ago, people used to sing folk songs about their simple lives. And from these came much modern music, rock music, for example, in America in the 1950s. D. Classical Arab music evolved many centuries ago from the folk music of many cultures and from their poems. People used to put these to music, so apsing was very important, and still is. People love great singers like Kalthum and Farid al-Atrash. E. However, musical instruments are very important, too, and many people agree that the greatest of these is the oud. People used to play a simple kind of oud 6,000 years ago, but musicians developed the modern instrument about 1,000 years ago. It remains a very important instrument today. And oud player. F. Arab music gave much to the music of Europe, like the oud, for example. There, the modern guitar developed from it 2 centuries ago, and this is now the favorite musical instrument. Period 6. Read to find information. Note when these things happened. 1. Traditional folk music started thousands of years ago. 2. People first played a simple kind of oud 6,000 years ago. 3. Classical Arab music developed many centuries ago. 4. Musicians developed the modern oud about 1,000 years ago. 5. The guitar arrived at its modern shape 2 centuries ago. 6. Rock music developed in the 1950s. Work in pairs. Ask and answer questions about these things. 1. Different kinds of music and when they developed. 2. Musical instruments and when they developed. Start your questions with when or how long ago. Q. When did traditional folk music develop? A. It developed long ago. Q. How long ago did it develop? A. It developed thousands of years ago. 3. Read again and answer the questions. 1. How can music make us feel? Name 4 feelings. Sad, happy, quiet, better. 2. What did folk singers sing about long ago? Their simple lives. 3. Where did rock music develop? In America. 4. What 2 things did classical Arab music develop from? Folk music and poems. 5. What was and still is at the heart of this music? Singing. 6. How do a lot of people feel about the oud? They think it is the greatest musical instrument. 7. Which learned a lot from which Arab music or music in Europe? Music in Europe learned a lot from Arab music. 8. What did the oud develop into, and where did this happen? It developed into the guitar, in Europe. Think and discuss. 1. Work songs are one example of folk music. What else do you think folk singers often sang about long ago? 2. In modern times, people usually write new music for musicians to read and play. How do you think people passed on their music in ancient times? 3. Who or what are your favorites in the world of music at the moment? 4. What instrument would you most like to play, and why? Period 7. 1. Collect words in a network. Do these tasks. 1. Use the words from 1 to complete the network. Then think of more examples. Arabic language. Clothes. Food. Holidays. Mosques. Music. Oud. Religion. Arab culture. Food. Example, kebabs. Religion. Example, Islam. Important days and holidays. Example, Eid. Clothes. Example, hijab. Music and musical instruments. Example, oud. Buildings. Example, mosques. Language. Example, Arabic. 2. Complete these answers with words from the box. Then practice in pairs. What kinds of thing help to make a culture? A lot of things, clothes, music, food, holidays and religion for example. Can you give any examples from Arab culture? Yes. Things like Arabic, clothes and oud, for example. Elect words, verbs and nouns. 1. Complete the pairs. Add tilde to make, person, nouns. Read again and find them. 2. You also know these verbs. Add or just tilde after e, to make, person, nouns. 3. Complete the sentences. Use pairs of words from activity 2. Make any changes needed. 1. Frida sings very well. 3. Complete the sentences. Use pairs of words from activity 2. Make any changes needed. 1. Frida sings very well. B. Yes, she practices a lot, and she's a good singer. 2. Omar and Khalid are good workers. B. Yes, and they always come at the right time every morning, and work hard. 3. What kinds of stories do you write? B. I'm not that kind of writer. All my books are about science. 4. A. Mahmoud is a taxi driver, isn't he? B. Yes, he used to drive a bus before, but now he drives a taxi. Use 2. 1. Read sentences 1 and 2. 1. In the past, people used to sing folk songs about their simple lives. 2. They also used to put their poems to music. Look at the sentences. Tick the best way to complete the statements. 1. These sentences are about actions a long time ago. 2. In each sentence, the action happened many times. Now look at the form. Tick the best way to complete the statement. These positive sentences take the form used plus to infinitive. Read the PS sense again. Find another example. People used to play a simple kind of oud 6,000 years ago. Moan used to meet on dinner, haved. Did you to sleep early? Used. Read the questions and answers. 1. Did people used to sing rock songs 1,000 years ago? B. No, they did not used to do that. Rock music only developed in the 1950s. 2. Did people used to play the guitar thousands of years ago? B. No, they did not used to do that. The guitar only developed 2 centuries ago. Look at the sentences. Tick the best way to complete the statements. 1. The questions take the form did, use plus to infinitive. 2. The negative sentences take the form did not use plus to infinitive. 3. Write sentences about Ali and Mona. Use the words. 1. Ali often email friends now, not used to before, he text them. Ali often emails friends now, but he didn't use to do that before. He used to text them. 2. Mona usually text people, not used to before, she call them on the phone. Mona usually texts people now, but she didn't use to do that before. She didn't used to do that before. She used to call them. 3. Ali always go to school by bus, not used to before, he walked to school. Ali always goes to school by bus now, but he didn't use to do that before. He used to walk to school. 4. Mona often eat fish for dinner, not used to before, she have meat. Mona often eats fish for dinner now, but she didn't use to do that before. She used to eat meat. 5. Ali often listen to the radio in the evening, not used to before, he watch TV. Ali often listens to the radio in the evening now, but he didn't use to do that before. He used to watch TV. 4. Work in pairs. Write true statements about yourselves. I often play football now, but used to. I'm different. I used to play football before, but now I. Period 9. Grammar revision. 1. Work in pairs. Talk about your culture. Student A, you are a visitor in Palestine, and you have a lot of questions. Student B, you are Palestinian. Ask and answer questions about these things. Arab coffee. Arab food. Arab music. Old Jerusalem. A. What's Arab coffee like? B. It smells beautiful, it tastes delicious. 2. Work in pairs. Share what you remember. I could sing a taba when I was 10. What about you? I could sing that when I was 10 too. When I was only 9. I couldn't sing that, but could sing Zarif al-Tul when was 5. Talk about other things in the same way. Dance the dabka. Make tzfiha. Play the shibaba. Read from the Quran. Report your partner's most interesting statement to the class. Rania could make tzfiha when she was only 8. 3. Work in pairs. Share what you remember. I used to watch Tom and Jerry when I was small, younger. Did you used to watch that, too? Yes, I used to watch that a lot. And I used to watch Ftah Yasimzam, too. Did you used to enjoy? Did you used to? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Or, no, I didn't used to watch that much. But I used to watch Ftah Yasimzam. Did you? Report to the class. Report things that both of you used to do differently. I used to, but Khalid didn't used to. He used to. Report to the class. Report things that both of you used to do differently. I used to, but Khalid didn't used to. He used to. Foreplay. Who was I? Play in a group. One student is a famous person from the past. The others have 10 did you used to. Or were you? Questions to guess the name. Q. Were you a famous Arab? 1. Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Q. Did you used to live in Palestine? 2. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Were you a singer?
Period 10. Activity 2, Activity 4 and Activity 5. Music by Anne Bonner. Music is everywhere. In the birds of the air, in the hum of the honeybee, in the song of the breeze as it shivers the trees, in the river that murmurs over the stones, in the snow wind that moans, in the surge of the sea lapping the shore, in the roar of the storm rattling the door, in the drum of the rain on the window pane. Music is here, filling your ear. Period 10. Activity 2, Activity 4 and Activity 5. Music by Anne Bonner. Music is everywhere. In the birds of the air, in the hum of the honeybee, in the song of the breeze as it shivers the trees, in the river that murmurs over the stones, in the snow wind that moans, in the surge of the sea lapping the shore, in the roar of the storm rattling the door, in the drum of the rain on the window pane. Music is here, filling your ear. Period 10. Activity 2, Activity 4 and Activity 5. Music by Anne Bonner. Music is everywhere. In the birds of the air, in the hum of the honeybee, in the song of the breeze as it shivers the trees, in the river that murmurs over the stones, in the snow wind that moans, in the surge of the sea lapping the shore, in the roar of the storm rattling the door, in the drum of the rain on the window pane. Music is here, filling your ear.
Listen to the poem again. Answer the questions. 1. The poem has two parts. One is about quiet sounds, and the other is about ones that are not quiet. Which is which? Give examples. 2. What is the poet's answer to Activity 1 Question 1? You can see things that make the music of nature. 3. Where else does she find music? Music is here where you are. Do you agree with her that music is everywhere, in nature? Can you think of more examples? Listen again and read out the poem. The first part is quiet, for example, the hum of the honeybee, the river that murmurs. The second part is not quiet, for example, the roar of the storm, the drum of the rain.
Period 11, Activity 1. 1. At the restaurant, the food tasted delicious and the music sounded great. 2. To learn an instrument like the guitar, you need to play every day. 3. People used to play a simple kind of oud in ancient times, but Arab musicians developed the modern oud about 1,000 years ago.
To read about the young Mr. Kamal and do the task. Complete gaps 1-8. Choose the best time expression for each gap. Even when he was very young, Yusuf Kamal used to sing very well. He could learn a song very quickly, and everyone knew that he was musical. Then, finally, he started at a new school at the age of 11. At the age of 11, by that time, and his music teacher quickly saw that he was good. A week later, a day earlier, she met his parents and talked to them about this. She told them that their son should study the oud. Not long after that, his mother and father bought a good instrument for him. They also found a teacher, a famous oud player, and young Yusuf started lessons. A very short time, finally, he started to love music and the oud even more than his school work. He used to play for an hour or more every day, and in 2 years, he could play quite well. After 5 more years, after several more days, he and his teacher played the oud together on a popular TV program, and it went very well. Next morning, his name was in all the newspapers. Read about the young Kalthum and do these tasks. Find the best places for time expressions 1 to 5. 1 from the age of 12. 2 at an early age. 3 finally. 4 after that. 5 Thenan 1923. Kalthum 1904 to 75. She used to go out with father's group of singers, musicians, and she sing them. Kalthum started singing beautifully. Her parents see that can be a great singer. Name become famous in many countries. Go on a tour of the Middle East. She stay in Cairo for several years. Slowly get famous there. She go to Cairo at the age of 19. Start singing with the oud player Zakaria Ahmed. At an early age, Kulthum started singing beautifully. Her parents saw that she could be a great singer. From the age of 12, she used to go out with her father's group of singers and musicians, and she sang with them. Then in 1923, she went to Cairo at the age of 19. She started singing with the oud player Zakaria Ahmed. After that, she stayed in Cairo for several years. She slowly got famous there. Finally, her name became famous in many countries, and she went on a tour of the Middle East.